Hi, and welcome to EDUC 325 Children's Literature. This is session 1. This is an 8-week, very intense and fast-paced session, and you do need to know that as a participant and student in this class, that it is 16 weeks that's condensed into 8 weeks. That is the way that the college has designed the 8 weeks, is that you take a 16-week course and compact it into 8 weeks and do all the same activities, all the same assignments. And so it is very intense and very, very fast-paced. I am teaching the same class as a semester class, and you're more than welcome to register for that class if you feel this one may be a little tough on your schedule. You could certainly change over. That class is a hybrid, though, and so you do need to come on campus for about 10 sessions. 6 sessions will be online. So if you live near campus, that works well for you. I understand if you don't live near campus, you do need to be in this class. You'll be more than successful if you just stay on top. Try not to get behind. I'm going to walk you through the overview of this course. We're starting on the very first page, which is the what I call the announcements page, but it's called the course home. You see it here. We're on this page here. Now, this may look a little different than yours as I go through it because I'm in the instructor, but you'll be able to still figure it out. I think if you have questions, you can always ask me along the way. But every week, I will put an announcement here that you'll be able to read that talks about the expectations for that week, upcoming major assignments that are due, and you'll be able to just have a better understanding of what is the expectation for that week. So this week is just a welcome letter to you to talk a little bit about myself, to talk a little bit about the course. It is a lot of work, but that's life as a teacher. You're working all the time. I've been in the field. I'm Andy Steck. I'm your instructor. I should introduce myself. I've been in education for almost 50 years. It's a long time. It's a passion. I've always wanted to be a teacher ever since I think I was 7 years old when I coerced my sisters into being the students and I was the teacher. I just loved it. I did every opportunity I could take to be the teacher in a classroom. I took it. So starting even when I was in 4th grade, I would go to my my sister's 2nd grade classroom because they started a little bit earlier than we did, and I would work with the teacher in that classroom. And every day she'd say to me, "Andy, it's time to go up to your classroom now," and I'd have to leave and go be a student after I was able to be her assistant. And I loved doing it, and I loved it through college. And I can remember the very first class I had, and I remember we were out at camp. I was teaching 6th grade, and right off the bat, the students went off to camp for a week. And I went out and instructed at camp, but I wasn't one of the counselors, but I did have to teach sessions. And I remember sitting on a Friday afternoon in the Adirondack chair, and the principal came around and handed us my very first paycheck. And I looked at that and said to myself, wow, I am now being paid for something that I have volunteered for so long to do, that I love to do, and I'm being paid for something I love to do. And all these years, I felt that. I've been an elementary school teacher, an elementary school principal. I went back and worked on my doctorate and became a professor, and I have loved every minute of my time in education. I love working with students, and I loved everything I've done. I've started 3 charter schools in Buffalo, New York, where I am from. I travel back and forth to work with them. So sometimes when you're online, or you are always online in this class, but I may be in Buffalo working with you versus being out where I live in Palm Springs. But anyways, it's a little bit about me, a little bit about the course. We're going to get started because I don't want this video to be so long. But what I do want to share with you is the course, so you have a better understanding of where things are in Brightspace here, and hopefully will help you to be more successful. So this is the home page, and this is where you'll find the announcements each week. I'm going to turn to a very important page, which is the content page. And here you see the table of contents. And there are several modules here. There's the course resources, the weekly modules, the major assignments. This is for lesson plans and objectives that you won't be writing necessarily a full lesson plan, but you will be doing a lesson sketch in this course. And then there's some anti-racism resources as well. So I want to run through this first page here, which is the course resources, and I'm on that page right now. So here's the welcome letter. This is the syllabus that we'll try to look at before the end of this video. This is the course schedule. When you click on that, it'll take you to the schedule. Now, in this course, there is independent work every single week, but there is also every week a time where you'll get together with a small group, and that's what I call your literacy circle. And you're going to be discussing some required reading in this course. There are 6 books that you'll be required, 6 different genres, and you'll be talking about them, and then you're going to blog about them as one of your major assignments every single week. That's one of your major assignments. There are others as well, and we will get to those shortly. So please check the book list here to see which books are, and you can know which book you'll be on is by looking at your literacy circle, and you'll be in A, B, or C. That's 1, 2, or 3. And if you look at your literacy circles, books that you need to read, if you are in literacy circle A or 1, you read group 1 books. If you are in B, you'll read group 2 books. And if you are in C, you'll read group 3. You're welcome to read the other books that the literacy circles are reading, but you will discuss only the book assigned to you for that week. So what you'll need to do is email each other through Brightspace, and there's a way you could do that. If you need my help, I'll be glad to help you. But then you'll find a way to Zoom with those people on a time that is easily available for all the people in that group, not the whole class. And this is a time your group plans this. I don't. And then what you will do is let me know when you're planning to meet, and if I'm available, I will meet with you too. I may not be able to meet with you for every single literacy circle, but I'll be able to meet with you for a lot of them. And the ones I don't, I would like you to record your Zoom session, and then you're going to put that, post that here in Brightspace. You do know by now, I'm sure, that Zoom is free for you. You do not need to set up your own. It is under student resources in the quick links on the portal, and you could set up Zoom, and it is a Zoom that you do not have a limited time to be on. It's unlimited. So if you need help with that, please let me know, and I can help you with that as well. Other resources here is a partial list of University of La Verne campus resources for help, things you might need, where to go for tech support. We used to be called educational studies. Starting now, we're called elementary education. But if you came in under the catalog when you were educational studies, you will remain in that. It does not change any of your requirements. It does not change any part of what you're expected to complete to get your degree. It's just a changeover. So starting with the catalog, in 24-25, we will be called elementary education. We're still the same program. Everything is exactly the same as it was as educational studies, except we're changing the name. Starting in the spring, we will be changing our prefix, which is the EDUC. We will become ELEM. Same courses, same program. A couple of our courses are changing numbers. But that will be the exact same course as it was in the previous number. And here's our handbook. This is the student handbook. So you're welcome to look through this at policies. You're welcome to look at this through the expectations, the goals, the dispositions. There's many things in this handbook. But please take a few minutes to scroll through that. Those are the course resources. I'm going to take you to the weekly modules. In the weekly modules, every week you will have a I'm going to click on, for instance, here's week 1 in weekly modules. You'll see that these are hidden because you're looking at the instructor view. You will not see these, but you will see week 1 because it's open now, and you'll be able to start working on that. There's a video every week, so please click on that, and that tells you what my expectations are for you to complete the work for that week. Here are major assignments. This is the other important module. I'm going to take you here. These are the major assignments that you'll be working on this week. They're here. The description of the assignment and what the expectations are here. You can click on each one and the due date when they're there. So if I take you, the first one that you need to look at immediately is your reader's response blog. In this blog, you're going to write about the required books you're reading. So you will need to make sure you read this description and what the expectation is for you to blog. And you're going to actually use a blogging platform, one of your own preference. All right. There are many out there. You can pick which one you like. You can use Google Sites. You can use WordPress. You can use Digication. Just if you don't know what a blogging platform is, Google blogging platform and a whole bunch of them will come up for you to pick. There's some easy ones. There are some more difficult ones. Pick an easy one. But you do need to use a blogging. You can't just use a Word. You cannot just use and create a document. It has to be a blog. And I'm looking at using technology with children's literature. So this is one new maybe technology for you. Maybe you have blogged before, but you'll be blogging. It's not an e-portfolio. It's not a Word document. It's not a PDF. It is an actual blog, and there are blogging platforms out there for you to use, formats for blogging. And there will be 4 parts here. Please read through this. I won't do that right now, but it is here that what you will write about each book. I will do more explanation in the very first Literacy Circle discussion you have on Zoom with your group. I will try to be there, and so I can explain things so you have a better understanding. This is independent, but it's based on the books you're reading in your Literacy Circle. You'll be creating a family literacy backpack. If you click on here, you will see that. You'll be creating a book trailer. A book trailer is just like a movie trailer. You know, you see trailers about movies. You're going to create one about a book you read. It can be any book you want to read. You're also going to create a self-selected virtual library. You're going to use Google Books, and you're going to read 24 books. You're like, whoa, that's a lot. 19 of those are picture books. You can read a picture book in probably 10 minutes, and then you're going to add that to your virtual library. You're going to actually create a library, a virtual library, and then screencast your virtual library once you're done. We're going to look at AI. AI is artificial intelligence. They're tools for teachers. If you watch TikTok, which I do to see what teachers are doing all the time, they're using AI to create lessons. They're using AI to create PowerPoints. They're using AI all the time to make their life easy. And once you get hooked on AI, you will like, why didn't I know about this before? So I'm going to give you a little piece of that with AI. It's just looking at one tool that you could use as a classroom teacher using children's literature. Your final exam is your e-portfolio. Yes, you're going to use Digication. You may have used it in another class. You're welcome to create a page for children's literature. In that, you're going to put all of your major assignments you've done. You're going to reflect on each of those, and then you're going to also put in a page of resources that of resources you might use as a teacher using children's literature in your classroom. There is a module for lesson plans. And there is also an anti-racism resource I talked before. But those are the major assignments. Yes, these need to be done as well as your independent activities every week. So please know it is a lot of work. I'm going to tell you right up front, but I know you can do it. I know you can be successful. I'm going to go back to course resources. And I'm going to click on the syllabus right here. And we're going to try to go through that. There we go. And I'm going to go through this quickly because you can spend more time on it. And if you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to ask me. I try to be on campus on Wednesdays. I'm not every single Wednesday because sometimes I fly to Buffalo and work with my schools. But I usually try to be on campus on Wednesday. And you're welcome to come to my office between 11:30 and 1:30. Please, though, email me ahead of time. Let me know that you need to see me. And sometimes we can just Zoom, and that's fine too. You don't need to come physically to campus. You can Zoom with me, and I can share my screen. We can walk through assignments. You can share your screen and walk through what you need my help on. I'm very happy to do that for you. But anyways, here's the course description. Here's the required textbook. There is. The first week, I do have the first chapter already copied for you, but for copyright laws, I can't copy the entire textbook. So you will have to look for it. If you find a used one, that's perfect. You can rent it, whatever you need to do, but you will be using it during this course. You can read the student outcomes for this course so you have a better understanding of what the expectations are. Here again are the assignments at the glance. Here is what we'll do is have point system, and then you'll turn the points into a percentage, and you'll be able to figure out what your grade is by the end of the semester. Don't try to do it during the semester. It gets very complicated. But if you need wants to know where you're at, reach out to me. Talk to me. I'm very happy to discuss the work that you're doing. I do have a late work policy. I don't always follow it because if you get behind a little bit, I'm not going to deduct points. If you can just let me know. I don't need to know about your personal life. Just tell me you're having some issues, some things are in the way, and you're trying to get things done. Please be sincere with me. Please let me know that you're doing your best job to keep up and to get ahead. If you do get behind, if I don't hear from you, then I have to issue my policy and deduct points. So please, 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 just keep me informed. That's all I'm asking. And don't need to know your personal business. That's not what I'm here for by any means at all. But I am here to help you, to have you be successful in this class and to be done in 8 weeks. But if you do need some accommodations, please use the accessibility office. Here is some information here. There's also some information in under course resources, and you can find it there too. You will get attendance credit if you complete the work every single week. It is due by Sunday night. I usually try to grade everything Monday and Tuesday. You should have everything back to you in regards to my feedback and grading by Wednesday. Some weeks it might be a little bit longer depending on my meetings, whatever I'm doing. I'm also the chair for the program, so sometimes I'm taken away from my schedule and how I really want it done, but I try to grade everything by Monday and Tuesday. So you should have that information back. You should have that feedback. So look for it. If you don't have it, ask me about it. Here's a social justice. If you don't feel as though that you are you're being discriminated against, you're welcome to use this. And I do need to let you know that as too. Here's the university diversity statement. Here is our 8-week course disclaimer. Please read this to have a better understanding that if you're in this course, you know it's going to be, it says 10 weeks, but it's actually, it says 10 weeks. It should be 16 weeks condensed into 8 weeks. Here's the attendance policy. Here's plagiarism. Please don't use other people's work without giving them credit. Give them credit. You know, if you did something and you would want people to credit you on what you've done, so do that. That's fine with me. That's all you need to do. Here are, again, some other resource links if you do need them. I just want to make sure, and I'm sorry for the blank page there. You can look at the mission and vision of Lefevre College, our goals of Lefevre College. Wonderful college to be in. We are trying to be as personable and as student-centered as we could possibly be. Here are some core dispositions and values. Can you think which one here would be my favorite? You probably don't know me well enough yet, but I love social emotional learning. I believe if you teach social emotional learning, and you will have some of that in this course for your students, that's the social emotional learning curriculum, that you will also have students be successful in the academic curriculum. That is what the research is saying, and I spend some time in my research sharing that as well. These are the assignments, okay? You have the virtual discussion, which is your literacy circle. You have your reader's response that I've talked to you about, your reader's response blog that I've talked to you about. I've also talked to you about attendance and participation. This is the book trailer, what to include in your book trailer. This is the family literacy backpack. This is AI that I've talked to you about. And your final exam. I don't see, did I miss it here? Your virtual library. I am sorry if that's not here. I tried to revise this and I may have left that off. There is one more. And here's your final exam. Virtual library is in the list on the content page. So, in fact, we'll go right back to that right now. And then if you need to know a little bit more about me, here's a little bit more information about myself. Okay? I'm going to go back to the content page because I want to make sure you see in the major assignments here that the self-selected virtual library is here. If I click on that, you hear is exactly what the 19 books, I think, or the 24 books. I think 19, I told you earlier, were picture books. 4 are chapter books. You can pick a young adult book. You can use your required reading, but that's extra. So you need at least, it says, 3 self-selected books from each of the 8 genres, okay? And you're going to be learning about the 8 genres this week, the first week of our course. And I have them listed here anyways, and you're going to use Google Books, but you do need to know that there are 24 books other than on top of the 8 books you're reading, or 6 books you're reading, and you're like saying to me, whoa, this is a lot of reading. It is. It's children's literature. It should go quickly for you, and it's a lot of fun. My previous students always said, well, I've never read so much, and I never maybe was a really good reader. And I wasn't either in school. And I didn't like the way they had us read. And I'm trying to find ways as teachers to make reading more fun and more interesting and more motivating for students. And I think this is one way of doing it. And so this is the course for children's literature, the overview. I think I've caught everything. If you are overwhelmed, you will be for a little bit, but you'll catch on. It is not difficult. Again, you can look here at some of the other menu here, items in the menu. And again, if you click on, I think it's class list, I'll make groups for your literacy circles, so you can click on that and just email them as well. Other than that, I think that's the course. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Talk to your literacy circle members too as well. If you have a friend in the class, talk to them. And if you're still puzzled, ask me, okay? Don't hesitate. I don't mind spending the time and having you talk to me. Okay, good luck, and I wish you the best, and I'm here to help you out. Have a great 8 weeks.